Most of us have heard of Frank Lloyd Wright, the iconic architect. So take a look at this picture. You're going to recognize his most famous work. That's Falling Water, just in Pennsylvania. So Karen is a huge fan, and there's so much to learn from him.
You know, I've been so inspired with him, by him, my whole career. So what I want to do is show everybody some of the amazing things that we will look around our homes and go, oh my gosh, that was inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright.
Right.
So I'm going to show another picture, which is in Buffalo. It's a Martin house. And one of the things that's amazing about Frank Lloyd Wright is he was very much inspired by nature.
Yes.
So obviously we can see some beautiful plants here. The fountain we saw in the earlier balcony segment was from him. He really believed in bringing nature inside and using products in their natural elements and using locally sourced products. And he thought it was wonderful to be inspired by nature. And in fact, he was famous for saying, he's like, I believe in God, but I spell it nature. And so he used to tell all of his students, he says, be inspired by nature, bring nature in. Don't be afraid. You don't have to copy it, but be inspired by nature.
Yes.
So one of the things I brought in today is some plants, and it's beautiful to bring them into your home. One of my favorites is this Live Picture Go. So this is fantastic. So right now we have some basil planted, some fresh herbs. You could hang this in your kitchen. You only have to water it once a month, but you don't even have to remember to water it because this little watering can pops up.
Can
we see it there?
There you go.
Watering can.
Yeah, so
like,
that pops out when it's time to water.
Oh, water me.
That is
and then
so
you
smart.
water it, and it goes, when it's done being watered, the little can goes back inside.
Oh.
So there's like no...
That's so easy.
And then you can have herbs all year long. So hang this in your kitchen. It's beautiful. It comes in multiple colors like reds, grays, and black. So you can actually have it as a decor item.
It's art in your home, and you're picking from it, and you're cooking. It's beautiful.
Amazing. Multifunction.
Amazing.
And then this one here is from Umbra, and basically has a tray up here that's perforated, so you can water it, and it disperses like rain on your plants. Lovely. And it was designed to be really narrow, so you could fit on a windowsill.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
And of course, we're really into all these beautiful hanging planters these days. So this one here, it comes with a little hook. You can hang it on the wall. You can mount it from the ceiling. But it's really beautiful, and it's a nice decor item, and bringing greenery into your home is always a great thing.
It is totally sleek. I love that. There's no macrame happening here.
No, it's just very clean, very contemporary. So I'm also going to show a couple other pictures because, again, Frank Lloyd Wright was all about sustainability. Right. So he loved to use natural light in a home. So the picture we're going to show is of Martin House, and I've got some arrows pointing. So the first arrow pointing to the kind of windows on around the basement is actually the basement's wider than the floor above it. So that you have these skylights basically all around the perimeter of the house. And then he's also built above grade, so that you can have nice big windows in the basement. He wasn't a big fan of basements. He liked slab on grade, but in this case, he gave in. He did a basement, but he made sure there's lots of natural light.
Beautiful.
And the other picture we're going to see is also from the Martin house, and this was Darwin Martin's office. And the great thing about this is actually on the first floor of the house, and there was a bedroom level. And that's a skylight. So Frank Lloyd Wright actually thought through the idea of making sure there was nothing over top of that area, so you could have natural light shine through, have this beautiful skylight, but then at night it was electrified.
Oh.
So it was really, really gorgeous. So I'm going to show you what you can do in your home to bring in some beautiful natural light. So we have this great sun tunnel. The nice thing about this sun tunnel, it can go in half a day, it's inexpensive, and you don't have to make structural changes in your home.
Okay.
Because they come in a 10-inch size and a 14-inch size, so you can literally fit them between your roof rafters.
And this is for everyone that's living in those Victorian houses that are notoriously dark.
Yes.
And it's hard to figure out how you're going to get the light in. This is a perfect solution.
It's perfect. So obviously you're not getting ventilation, but you're getting that beautiful natural light. So instead of doing a pot light, why not do one of these? Now they even have a solar night light. So during the day, it's actually generating solar power. So at night you get this beautiful glow. So again, it's energy efficient. Frank Lloyd would have loved that.
Absolutely.
So now I'm going to show you another picture. So this is a picture to show repetition. So this is actually a close-up picture I took of the brickwork outside of Martin House. And one of the things I want you to notice is the mortar that runs thickly. is actually, you almost can't see it. It blends in with the bricks. But the one that runs horizontally is really deep. So it's really accentuating that horizontal line.
Right.
So Frank Lloyd Wright was all about repetition, and he used that same technique inside the house. So that brickwork, you'll see it inside the house. The only thing he did differently is he actually glazed it inside the house. You get this beautiful glisten. It is gorgeous.
Lovely.
So repetition is really important, and all of us designers, we love to use repetition nowadays because we want people to know we did it
intentionally.
Yes. So what I brought in is, this is all from Martin House. It's all from the gift shop. So it loved the triangles, these chevrons. So if you pick a motif or a color, then repeat it through your house. So whether it's in a coaster, whether it's in a trivet, in a Tiffany lamp, and these beautiful fabrics. So this is a beautiful throw.
Nice.
And in the bird feeder, the candle, at Frank Lloyd Wright's Martin House, he had 394 pieces of that stained glass. He called it glass. He called it art.
Oh.
And so this was inspired that, and you can hang it, or it sits in a stand. So you can bring some of that Frank Lloyd Wright beauty home, or you can just take a lesson from repetition.
Lovely.
Yes. Yes.
You can show another picture now as well.
Yes,
why don't we take a showing here? What is sort of the tenant here?
So this inside the house, and you symmetry, lots of natural wood, because again that's what Frank Lloyd Wright loved. Lots of windows, but there's no clutter.
Toys on the ground.
There's no curl, and that would be the only way.
No dishes in the sink.
He would live this way.
Yeah.
So hidden compartment. He put everything away. In fact, king of built-ins. He probably designed the first. And the funny story about Frank, he was known to be invited by his clients to go back to a party after they'd moved in, and he'd picture, and in some picture built him, but he'd made furniture built him, and so he'd show up, and so he would actually go and put it where it belonged, because it had a place.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So he
very
loved,
cool.
He
very
loved
cool. I don't know if you should have. I don't know if over in your place. The guy was.
Yes. So there's a mirror. Some behind some hidden in the front. You could put your key. You could put your mail. Frank would love that. No clutter. And then something that functions really cute. This is really cute. Kids' bathroom. Towels. There's nothing on it.
See, now that I know more about Frank Lloyd Wright, I understand your design aesthetic more, because this is you.
Absolutely.
This is what you do.
It's just smart, functional design.
Smart, functional design. We should let them know where you got all these cool products from. So the sun tunnel is from Velux. That incredible adjustable desk came in from Castle Life. And then, of course, this beautiful living wall piece is from Devron. So thanks for that, Karen.